listening to the Daily Nugget. It's dnugget.com for Tijuana Tuesday. It is December 9th, and we are going to one of the Koreas. I think the one that Sam's from.
Korea. The good Korea.
The good Korea.
The one where I'm from.
Okay. All right. Well, Sam, do you feel a connection to this well-known practice in South Korea?
I do, actually.
Okay. In South Korea, there's a well-known figure, Byung-jin Park, who practices and teaches the art of just being still, doing nothing for long periods as a way to calm the mind, spark creativity, and resist the constant pressure to fill time with productivity. In Korea, doing absolutely nothing is considered a sport.
Mm-hmm. I knew that my predisposition to doing absolutely nothing had something to do with my genetics.
You know, I know a few people that could meddle in this. They're already doing it to a T.
Well, you're probably doing it while you listen. Or so if doing absolutely nothing is considered a sport, talking about absolutely nothing, is that also a sport?
No.
No, that is called brain rot.
It's called annoying.
I mean, that's also our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I know. She said it. You said it.
The end of the internet, folks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sam, does that mean that you're very athletic?
It must. Yes.
A sportsman?
For this, yes, I would consider this to be very athletic.
Would this become a Olympic sport?
Well, if speed walking can be an Olympic sport,
yeah, I'm with you.
All right then.
Which is going to be more entertaining to watch? It's going to be a close call.
I think if you have to be completely still, that would be interesting.
You would think your TV's frozen or something.
If you couldn't move, that's true.
I mean, those are the real winners right there.
Do they have a time, like the longest time for that sport?
We have to figure it out because they don't say what we wouldn't know it either, but like what the Korean word is for this.
Okay, so like in the picture, there's that guy laying down like on the ground. How do you know he's not sleeping?
That's true.
Well, sleeping would be considered doing nothing, right?
Well, that's true.
Well, true, yes, but I mean, does that qualify? Can you sleep on this sport? You know, because usually,
I don't know if they have
lots of people are
teams
sleeping
yet
on this sport.
in this sport.
You tag out when you fall asleep because I feel like falling asleep means you are now sleeping, which is an activity.
which is doing something.
Well, so is sitting, so is staring, so is closing your eyes.
But
I feel like this is like a picture of a park, right?
Yes.
You're just outside throwing around, a baseball, but they're doing something else, which is nothing else.
They're just doing nothing.
Yeah.
So
they're not competing. They're just
they're
playing.
Yeah.
Look at them.
This reminds me though of that trend that we talked about for a while, where people go on long flights and they don't do anything. They don't turn on the screen in front of you. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it because we decided it's a little uncouth, but the idea of not doing anything, don't even read, don't look at your phone, just stare at the front of the seat in front of you.
That's what we used to do as kids in every car ride, right?
Right. Or just look outside at the the power poles, and I would just like pretend like I was running across them like a squirrel, and I would just keep nodding my head.
I'm positive I did a lot of this as a kid when my mom just said, go outside.
Just sit? You just sat?
Yeah, just sat down. I was like, okay.
That's creepy.
They say, though.
You weren't building forts or climbing trees? Come on.
It's like in your
All right, let's be clear.
Sam.
I said I was athletic in this sport, not athletic in general. So
that makes me think Sam was the kid. Sam was the kid in the neighborhood that everyone was like, "Oh, that's the weird one. He just sits outside and does nothing."
Besides the fact that I was the chubby Asian kid in the all-white neighborhood, yes.
He just stares in space like there's something out there.
He's always outside.
Yeah.
He's always outside.
I am surprised this is a Korean thing because this actually already has a theme song, this sport. You guys know it, right?
No.
It's from VeggieTales, the pirates. They don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Pirates
Right?
don't do anything.
They just sit at home and lie around. Yep.
Yeah. And
There
if you
it is.
ask them to
Sounds
do
good.
anything, they'll just tell you, we don't do anything.
That sounds great.
So there it is. They're the pirates that don't do anything. They were maybe South
They
Korean
are the
natives.
Koreans who don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also very productive. Koreans are very productive.
Not like that, they're not.
Or are they?
Well, that's true.
So, okay. So they said it's a way to calm the mind, spark
Right.
creativity, and resist the constant pressure to fill time with productivity. There have been studies out there that have shown that actually being bored is actually, it makes room in your brain essentially for creativity and for problem solving, which
I
is why
believe it.
often when you're in the shower and you take an extended shower, you come up with new ideas, problems that are solved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's so good for you to not do anything.
If every second of your day you're doing something, you're watching something, you're listening to something, you have no space, your plate is so full. People say, like, we're not going to have the next Beethoven or the next whoever because nobody's bored enough.
Yeah, I remember seeing a chart of great creatives in the world and in history, and they mapped out the time that they spent doing work and doing leisure time. And I think it was Charles Dickens who worked like 2 hours a day, and the rest of the time was spent with him taking a walk in the park or chatting with friends.
Now, I'm not against those things, but just sitting here doing nothing and emptying your mind, how can you stop it from filling back up again?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. When you are forcing yourself to do nothing, like it's when you're in the shower, like you start thinking of your brain starts to wander, and
Mine doesn't.
What's it doing?
I'm thinking about getting out and getting in my bed. That's what I'm thinking about.
All right.
Flossing
So you're
also.
thinking about doing nothing.
What is?
Well, no, sleeping. That's doing something. The thing is, though, there's a difference between doing nothing and resting. Resting is productive. I get you there. Yes, even
doing nothing is resting.
Huh?
Doing nothing.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm.
But doing nothing doesn't have to be. I can't. I'm just gonna get myself in a
Resting
hole.
doesn't have to be doing nothing. You're right.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just gonna say,
But doing nothing is resting.
See, I knew I wouldn't be able to adequately express myself, so I'm just gonna stop right here.
Aww. I love it when you express yourself. That might be the highlight of this podcast.
It's true.
Is Janelle expressing herself?
That's the nugget. nuggethatemail@gmail.com. Let us know if you want Janelle to express herself more, less, or about the same.
About the same.